The shutdown is over, but the bill behind it holds some big surprises. Lawmakers use this moment to pass 12 major changes that stretch into federal workers, food programs, security, technology, agriculture, and even rules most people wouldn't expect to see in a shutdown deal at all. A few of these changes will affect millions of seniors directly, while others reshape how the government operates behind scenes. And in a moment, we'll look at the one section buried so deep in this bill that it surprised even people in Washington. But first, let's go through these 12 changes one by one, so you understand exactly what's now in place. Starting with reversing federal layoffs. One of the most immediate changes is that every federal layoff issued during the shutdown is reversed. Every reduction in force notice is canceled whether the employee was full-time, part-time, temporary, or permanent. Agencies must bring those workers back, restore their original positions, and issue full back pay for the entire period they were removed, and they must notify everyone within 5 days. For seniors, this matters more than people realize. When federal workers get laid off, Social Security offices slow down, Medicare offices slow down, VA clinics slow down, IRS call centers slow down. Reversing the shutdown layoffs helps rebuild the workforce faster, so seniors don't face even longer delays in getting help, appointments, or answers. Next, states get paid back for SNAP and shutdown costs. During the shutdown, several states use their own money to keep programs like SNAP running because they didn't want families, especially seniors, going without food. The new bill orders the federal government to fully reimburse those states with interest. This protects the stability of food benefits. SNAP is one of the most important programs for older adults, especially those living on fixed incomes. Reimbursing states ensures that during future crises, states won't hesitate to step in to protect seniors from interruptions in food assistance. It helps keep SNAP dependable even during political chaos. There's also a large boost to security funding. The bill sends a massive wave of new funding toward security across the federal government. U.S. Marshals receive tens of millions to protect federal judges and high-level officials. The Supreme Court gets new dedicated security funding. Capitol Police receive upgraded budgets for protective services, training, and mutual aid programs, and Congress gains funding for state office safety upgrades and residential protection. This matters because threats toward public officials have sharply increased in recent years. And when officials or their offices are targeted, everyday workers and visitors, including seniors handling benefits issues, are at risk too. Strengthening these security systems helps protect the people who serve the public. Then there are new rules on how senators' data is handled. Deep inside the bill is a new unexpected rule about how investigators handle Senate data. From now on, if a Senate office's electronic communications, like emails or phone data, are accessed during a federal investigation, the provider must follow strict notification requirements. The bill also created a formal process for senators to challenge improper access. This change wasn't part of the original shutdown plan, and it caught many people in Washington by surprise. It doesn't affect everyday Americans directly, but it changes the balance of privacy, oversight, and transparency inside government, and it may influence how future investigations operate. The bill also includes new restrictions on hemp-derived products. It tightens rules on hemp-derived cannabinoids like Delta-8, Delta-10, and other THC like compounds commonly sold in gas stations or smoke shops. Congress argues these products were operating under a gray area of the law. The new restrictions affect both how these products are made and how they can be sold. For seniors, this matters because many older adults use hemp product for discomfort, sleep, or anxiety. Depending on the product, availability may shrink. Some products may need reformulating, while others might disappear from shelves entirely. It isn't a full ban, but it's much stricter than before. There's a major funding boost for WIC. WIC, the program for mothers, infants, and young children, receives more than $600 million in additional funding. This ensures full benefits through 2026. While many seniors don't use WIC personally, millions help care for grandchildren or younger relatives. In a time of rising food costs, this extra support gives families more stability. And for seniors living in multi-generational households, stronger WIC support helps stabilize the entire household budget. The bill provides extended funding for key departments. It doesn't just provide temporary funding. It gives full-year funding through September 2026 to major areas like agriculture, military construction, and the Department of Veterans Affairs. That means VA clinics get stable funding for another year. Rural development programs continue without interruption. Military housing and construction projects stay on track. Food assistance and farm programs avoid sudden cuts. This kind of stability matters for seniors, veterans, rural communities, and families nationwide. There's also a ban on Chinese surveillance technology. The bill continues restrictions preventing federal agencies from buying surveillance equipment from companies tied to foreign adversaries, including Huawei, ZTE, Hikvision, Dahua, and Hidera. These companies have long been linked to national security concerns, especially around data access. This ban affects federal buildings, security camera systems, communication networks, VA and Social Security facilities, and federal contractors. It might not feel like a direct change for seniors, but it strengthens the security of the systems and offices they rely on. Another change is a congressional pay freeze. For fiscal year 2026, lawmakers will not receive a cost of living adjustment. Congressional salaries are frozen. While this step is mostly symbolic, it's politically important. After a long shutdown that created hardship for millions of workers, freezing congressional pay helps avoid backlash and signals that lawmakers aren't rewarding themselves during a difficult year. The bill includes a delay of an FDA food traceability rule. The FDA planned to enforce a major food traceability rule to track certain foods more closely from farm to store. Farmers and grocery companies argued it would be expensive and complicated. This bill delays enforcement until 2028. For seniors, this matters because when compliance costs rise, food prices usually go up as well. Delaying this rule helps slow down potential cost increases at supermarkets, something especially important for older adults living on fixed incomes. There are new coffee labeling rules for Hawaii. The bill includes new protections for Hawaii's coffee industry. Any product labeled as Kona, Maui, Oahu, or Kauai coffee must contain at least 51% beans actually grown in that region. Previously, blends had contained only a small percentage of local beans while still using the name. These new rules protect Hawaiian farmers and ensure consumers get what they're paying for. And finally, agriculture is added to national security reviews. The final major change adds a Secretary of Agriculture to national security reviews involving foreign purchases of farmland, agricultural biotech, or food supply companies. This aims to prevent foreign governments, especially China, from gaining control over American farmland or critical parts of the food supply. For seniors in rural communities, this helps protect local farming operations, domestic production, and long-term food security. When you look at all 12 changes together, it's clear this bill is far more than a shutdown fix. It reverses layoffs, stabilizes SNAP and WIC, tightens hemp rules, oversees foreign land purchases, delays expensive regulations, boosts security, and strengthens protections across multiple agencies. For seniors, the biggest impacts will be stable food benefits, better staffed federal offices, and stronger safeguards around products and agriculture. But the bigger story is how much lawmakers included during a moment when the country was focused only on the shutdown ending.